Hey guys, I chose to do my persuasive speech on abortion pro-life, specifically against abortion pills. What I hope to accomplish today is to clearly express to you what abortion pills are and how they work, what birth control is and how it works, the difference between the two, and then why the abortion pill is not a good route to take. Abortion pills are a pill that you would take up to 9 weeks after the first day of your menstrual cycle. This is a basic box of what a abortion pill would look like, That's the pill right there at the bottom. It's very small. You go through a 3-step process once you decide you want to do this. The first step you would take is you would go into your doctors. They would prescribe to you this abortion pill. What you do then is you go home and you take it. They say it works after a few days, but for most women it seems to have worked up to 24 hours. What it does is the pill, once you take it, is it breaks down your uterus and it cancels any continuation of pregnancy. So it stops any furthering of the pregnancy that has already begun. You then take a follow-up pill, which is an antibiotic that you would get from your doctor as well. What it does is it pretty much flushes out everything out of your uterus. Since you just broke it down and you ended the pregnancy, there has to be a way for it to come out of your system, so that's what that pill does. The third step you would take is you would go back into your doctors for a follow-up, and they would check to make sure that everything went smoothly and that the pregnancy has ended. For about 97 out of 100 women, it has worked, and for those few that it hasn't, they have to go in for an aspiration abortion, which is basically like a medically done abortion that you would do at a hospital instead of at home. Birth control, though, is a completely different process. I think a lot of people get confused, misread it, just don't quite understand the details of what birth control is. Just to show you, this is what a 28-day pack of birth control looks like. This is also another form of birth control. It's called Plan B One-Step. It's like the birth control I just showed you, except it's not medically prescribed. You can buy it over the counter at any time. You just have to be older than, I think it's 18. Anyways, birth control is made of hormones. Hormones are chemicals that are in your body, so what it does is it controls those hormones. Basically, what it does is it keeps the egg and the sperm from joining, and then fertilizing, and then attaching to the uterus wall. Abortion pill, this process has already happened. The egg and the sperm have already joined, it's already been fertilized, it's already attached to the wall, and the pregnancy has already begun and already started making a living, breathing human. Birth control stops the process before it even starts. So it's not killing a baby, it's stopping before that process can even begin. So to clearly explain that, birth control is not abortion. Basically what it is it's stopping from pregnancy even being able to happen or begin in your body. I think a lot of people get that confused. I actually had my mom, I talked to her some about it, and she expressed to me that when she was pregnant with my first brother, he died in her about 4 to 5 months while she was pregnant, and she had to take the abortion pill. Not by choice, but because it had to happen, she had to get him out of her system. I also talked to my personal friend that went through the same process. She actually had a different situation. She had 2 preemies before she got pregnant again, and the doctor said she couldn't handle another pregnancy, so she had to go through the abortion pill process. What people I don't think understand is that it's a very emotional thing to go through. People have said, oh, it's a simple treatment, it feels just like a miscarriage, there's no emotional instability. All of these things were coming up in Time Magazine and Planned Parenthood and WebMD, and it was amazing to me because talking with my mom and this lady that I'm friends with, it was complete opposite. They said that the process didn't feel normal. They felt almost dirty from doing it. They had to take a few days off of work because they just felt so gross. It caused them to not be able to look at pictures the same way or talk about it in the same way without getting a little emotional about it. So I strongly disagree with those statements about how it's just normal and it's an easy process, because clearly from these 2 women that I've talked to in person that have gone through it have said the complete opposite. So I think that abortion pills are not a good route to take. Why I believe that is because people are not connecting to what is growing inside of them. They're referring to it as a fetus, which it's not in fact a fetus, it's a baby. It's used as a fetus term because it's scientific and it's easy to not connect with something, but it is a baby. And I just wanted to show you a picture. This is a baby, or what people would call a fetus. This is actually my baby brother. It's basically the same process as looking at a woman and saying, let's kill your child that you have in your hand to make the process easier. But of course nobody would look at that and think it's right because it's killing their child. But to be able to clearly get the point across is to say that killing your child that you have in your hand is no different than killing the child inside of you. It's a living, breathing human, and if you choose to make the decision to make yourself happy by going and sleeping with someone and then becoming pregnant and then finding out the consequences of sleeping with someone and becoming pregnant, you have to then choose whether you want to go through this process or you want to go through the pregnancy. It's not a simple thing, but I think that a lot of people get it confused. They get birth control and abortion pills confused. I don't think it's right. I think it's the same as murdering a human being, and that you can't live just happily after realizing that you've done that. Someone is always not going to feel right after having an abortion. So I hope that I've clearly expressed what abortion pills are and what birth control is, and that why it's not a good process to take. Thank you.